All right, so we're going to move into our main topics here, and we're going to first start with James. If you want to
Oh,
share some screen and talk about this game.
okay. My game is in the footsteps of Marie Curie. If you don't know who Marie Curie was, then your school has failed you. She's a famous scientist from the late 19th and early 20th century. She won two Nobel Prizes, one in physics with her husband and one in chemistry. It's all for her study of radiation, and uh, she discovered polonium and radium. Uh, Spoiler, she did pass away from uh, complications from exposure to radiation throughout her life from all her experiments. And if you actually go to her museum over in France, a lot of her stuff is still radiated. You can't touch it or be near it.
Have you done
Uh,
that?
no, I have not. I've never
Oh,
been
okay.
to Europe.
Oh,
I'd
okay.
like to go. You want to take me?
Let's go. Yeah.
So, otherwise, you would also know her as growing up. I did as Madame Curie, but her real name is Marie Curie. I think there was a book by her daughter that called her Madame Curie. So, and also her daughter won a Nobel Prize. Um, so she's a very famous scientist. And this is about you're just going through her life and you're trying, as this show says here, it says help the famous scientist win her double Nobel Prize. Um, it is the successor to In the Footsteps of Darwin, which is you're moving your ship around and you're drafting animals and stuff. It's actually a really good game. I would give that a 9 in my own personal. In the Footsteps of Marie Curie, I would give 8.5. It's not as good as Darwin, but it's pretty good. I mean, I highly recommend it. The main mechanism is uh, well, I thought I had it up there. The main mechanism is a cube tower. So there it is. There's the bottom of it with the three different color cubes. So you got three different colored cubes, black, gold, and silver. The black is pitch blende, the gold is uranium, and the silver is radium. And that is one confusing thing about this game. As gamers, gold is usually better than silver, but in this game, silver is better than gold. So it kind of threw us off
Aha.
every time. And if you're like me, the we never called it by its real name. We always said black, gold, or silver. We never called it radium or uranium and all that.
It's a lot of
Uh,
syllables to say over and over.
right, right. And if you don't know what a cube tower is, a cube tower, what it does is, I mean, oh, I forgot to. Oh, let me go back. So this
Sure.
game is designed by Florian Fay. It's published by the best publisher name ever called Sorry We Are French.
That
That's
is
the
that is
same
such a
publisher
great
that
game
in the
company.
footsteps of Darwin. Um, I think Hachette or Hachette Games also distributes it. My copy says Sorry We Are French. And this is it's rated 6.8 in BGG, but people don't know what they're talking about. It's higher ranked than that. It's better than that. It says 20 to 30 minutes, 2 to 4 players. It says best two. I played it at four and did really well. And the weight is two, and I'd say that's about right. It's a very simple game. It looks complicated. It's one of those ones you're like, this is a lot of stuff, but actually it's not that. For gamers, it's really easy. Uh, what you do is you go each turn. There's a turn. Let's go right here. This turn thing, it looks like the top of like the Capitol building. That ring, it goes around for everybody's turn. That ring goes to the next one, and that tells you what cubes to drop in the cube tower. And a cube
Mm,
tower, if you don't know, what it does is you drop the cubes in there, and it has shelves in there that some of the cubes might get stuck on those. So you might only get, if you drop four in there, you might only get two, and it might not even be any of the four that you dropped.
right.
So at the beginning of the game, you don't want to go first because you're not going to get many cubes. But as the game progresses, you're going to get a bunch of cubes, or you're going to get two, like I did one turn. And I mean, if you don't like randomness, this might not be for you because you've got to accept that even though you need four of these cubes or five, and then I'm sitting there, I need gold and silver to come out, and I just get two black, which are the lesser of all three of them. that's, you're like, what am I going to do with that? So obviously I didn't win, but it's a extremely fun game. And so on this picture, you see that icon or symbol of the little pocket
It's one of
watch.
those. It's definitely one
So
of those.
yes, the symbol of the pocket watch that tells you to move the pocket watch token along
Does
the
your
time
copy have
track.
that screen print on the pocket watch too?
Yes,
Oh,
that's how it
that's
comes.
gorgeous looking. I like that.
Yeah,
That is nice.
and so it's more or less going through the years of her life, and I mean, if you want to pay attention to that flavor text and all that in the pictures, and so what it does is it also those rewards on that timeline go to everybody. So you're also wanting to plan like on here, the one timeline shows a silver, you can get it for 1 point. And points are hard to come by in this game. The person that won the game got 15 points. I think I got like 9. And that's what bit me in the rear end a lot is when that timer hit that one that says trade in a silver for a point, I didn't have a silver cube. So I couldn't get a point.
Ah, no.
So you can do that or spend the cubes on the cards, which that's another big mechanism of the game. Hold on, I am
So you were at the mercy of the tower. So really, you didn't have
yes,
the silver because it didn't come out for you.
right. It's very like I said, it's very random. So
Yeah.
if you're okay with that, but there are certain cards you can buy, and they have an icon on the bottom top right, a symbol in the top right. I'm going to say that now. Like this one's got a flask, a book, a curio cabinet, and the top of that dome. So this also is a set collection game. So you're trying to collect these cards, and you notice like on here it has two of these cards go 1 to 4, and one of them says 1 to 5. There's also one that says 1 to 3. But all these cards with that same symbol are all the same. There's more than say this one goes to 4. There's more than 4 of these in this deck, but they're all exactly the same. So the first time you lay down this card, you get what's in column 1.
Okay.
So what this is telling you, I mean, all these symbols on here, they mean something. So I mean, obviously, it's not language dependent because it's all symbology. And so,
Sure.
like on the flask one, the first time you put it down, you automatically get a gold cube. The second card you play of the flask, you'll get a silver cube. And the third one, you get a gold cube and you move the timer. And that's what that timer token is what counts down to the end of the game. When it gets to the end, to the last year of her death, the game ends and the round finishes. So if you're the last player, the game will end immediately after your turn. But if you're like the first player and you get it there, other people have the same amount of turns. And so and each time you can either take the cubes or take what they call a little book. There's 4 of them. And this icon here with the question mark on it, that's what that means. That means take one of those books. You can only take one from each number. So there's there's ones, twos, threes, and fours. So you can, and on your player board, you have spots for those books. And all they do is give you a little bit, like one of them might give you a black cube or 2 black cubes. I mean, it's nothing really
Oh,
big.
when you get them, you flip them over and it gives you some benefit.
Right.
Is the idea behind that like, oh, my turn, like I roll stuff out of the tower and there's not much to pick, so I'm going to pick a book. It's kind of like a fallback action
Right.
type of deal.
And you can also get, like this shows, you can get books from cards too. But you can't, if you already have a 1, you can't take another 1. You can take a 2 or 3, whatever's next.
Yeah.
And once you take all 4, you don't take anymore. And there is an you all get personal objectives. And one objective is to get all 4 of those books. And it's just a point at the end of the game. Mine was to have a full column of cards. And I mistakenly went for the 5. So I had to get 5 of those. I mean, I did other ones, but the first time I hit hard on the ones that require 5 cards to complete a set. That was a big mistake too. But you can also, you get beakers and flask. You kind of see that at the top where it shows in between, you get a point.
Okay.
You'll get these beakers and flask. Here's a good picture of it. And those will, at the beginning of the game, you can draw 3 cubes from wherever comes out of the cube tower. And at the end of your turn, you can only keep 3 of those cubes. So if you spend more, you spend them during the turn, that's fine. If you have more than what you're allowed to keep, that's fine. But at the end of your turn, you have to discard down to what you can hold in your little flask there. So, but you can also get these beakers and flasks to up your number of cubes you can draw and the number of cubes you can keep. Now, the flasks and the beakers and flasks first come out face down. So, like at the top here of this picture, if we're looking at it, this says you have to spend a gold and a silver to get any card you want from the board. And then once you pay that, you flip it over, and then it gives you the +1 of how many cubes you can pick.
Okay.
Same way with like the flask there, it says pay a black, gold, and silver, and you get a point, and then you flip it over. And once you flip over both of those, you get that point in the middle.
Okay.
So that's how you get points like that. The only problem is if you can get it to where you can draw 6 cubes, but only 2 or 1 comes out of the tower. Well, then it might frustrate you.
Do you clear this at all and refresh it, or is that
No,
it for
this
the
is
game?
it.
That's it. Okay.
Because the game's so quick, it's not gonna. You don't have time. I didn't even fill my board up with these beakers of flasks. Not even the books either, because they weren't worth it by the time I got to that. But you see on the top right there, that is the objective for all 4 books to get a point.
Let me ask you a question real quick about the dice tower, because obviously, or the
cube tower.
Cube tower. There's not a lot of companies that do cube towers.
Queen Games.
Queen Games. Their cube tower is fine. Obviously, this one looks like it's made out of plastic and it looks like it works well. But my question is, couldn't this game just been a bag that you draw so many things out of? I mean, I like the idea that stuff gets stuck, and I guess the idea is, a bunch of stuff comes out and it's like you hit the jackpot, like the lottery. Or not lottery, but if you're at
and then they stay out there. So the next turn,
slot machine is what I was thinking.
Next person's turn, those cubes stay out there. So
okay.
Say like in this picture, there's 6 of them. If I took 3 of them, the next 3, those 3 will stay out there for the next player.
And the next person's putting more in, and then it adds to that. Okay.
Right. But there is a spot, at least one of them on that time track, that says remove all those cubes that are out there, sitting there. So they might not always be out there because either somebody's going to take them or it gets swiped.
Yeah.
I think it's actually like hard cardboard. I don't think it's plastic.
It looks like plastic. Wow.
It does.
Hard cardboard. Wow.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. The one I have in my hand, it's cardboard. It might be like lacquered cardboard or something, but because I tap on it, it sounds like plastic.
It looks so cool though. I like that it's a tower because it looks like an antique piece of laboratory equipment.
Right.
Does it? I thought it looked stupid, but that's maybe just me.
The one part I didn't like is that it doesn't have a tray to go into, so the cubes just fall out on the table.
Where it's a little further out so we can see the whole thing?
I feel like it could be way cooler and more thematic looking. It just looks very.
Let me see if there's a picture.
I mean, I guess
I think it looks like the thing that it is. Do you know what I mean? Like it looks like
right there on the right.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Like, what is it supposed to represent?
That's a thing that you put the chemicals into. Like,
is it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just.
You're trying to say it's like a test tube
for radiated things for like
like a canister or something.
Like,
well, they didn't.
It's the actual shape of and look of the thing that they used in the lab. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a chemist.
I don't think they knew how dangerous it was back then when she was doing experiments. And
well, I actually, now that you say that, if you look at the board, one of the spaces has a drawn image of it. So you are right. It does look. You see it on the table.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It does look
in the middle.
Yeah. So
I think that's cool.
Now that I know that, it looks cool, but if I knew nothing about the theme and I looked at this thing, it looks very generic. So, I mean, but I guess it, putting radiate stuff in something that looks generic, I mean, it's doing the job, right?
Yeah, that's what they did.
Right there, she's the one next to it. She's got it over a Bunsen burner, whatever that thing is.
So it's like separating or doing something weird. All right.
Now, another thing about this, the Darwin one does it too. There's a separate book that gives you the whole history of Madame Curie, and so I mean, if you had kids and stuff, it says it is a family weight game. If you have kids, you can read that to them or let them read it, and they'll learn about her and what she did with her studies with radiation and uh, radioactive material and stuff, and how she won. Her and her husband won the physics Nobel Prize, and she won the chemistry Nobel Prize by herself.
So you can learn you something.
Right. And so, I mean, she hung out with Einstein. I think she taught physics and stuff with him and stuff.
And her daughter won the chemistry Nobel Prize, like you said. And I had to look this up. Only 7 times has that happened where a parent-child pair has won the Nobel Prize.
And that's the first one. They
that
were
was
the first one.
That's right. That's
Well,
right.
you thought you were turning into this episode to listen to game rules and how things, but now you are walking away with more knowledge than you started this podcast on.
But
That's
I'm
what
fine
we
with.
do here.
I reiterate, I'm fine with. I mean, people might not like. I know some people that hate randomness as much as this. I'm fine with it, especially going into it. So it's like if I needed a certain amount of cubes and other cubes came out, I'm not going to get angry because I know that's what's, it's just what it is.
Well, in some of those games, if it's only 30 minutes long,
Right.
like you can have some silly type of things with the press your luck games or games that have a lot of randomness, because if the game's quick, then who cares? You just play it again, right? It's not, I mean, if you're sitting down thinking you're playing a tournament every single time you're playing with your family or friends, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't take it seriously and try to play to win, but at the same time, relax a little bit. It's not like playing Abomination where, 3 hours in, then you make a dice roll and your body blows up from electricity and you just flip the table and you quit. I'm not speaking from experience, but it could have happened.
And that dome is interchangeable. So that's like I said, that's the turn order, or showing each turn what cubes you drop. That there's 3 of those, one for each player count, 2 player, 3 player, 4 player. So, I mean, but you can also see what's coming. And when it gets to the bottom right, the next time it goes, that actually flips over. And there's another group of them that you go around. So that keeps flipping over.
The podcast listeners have no idea what you're talking about, but essentially it just tells you, it just tells you how many cubes you pull out or roll,
drop in.
Yeah. And then you move the token to the next step and then
for each turn. Yes.
Right.
So that's each turn. And, there's a little ring. It's a little cardboard punch out ring, nothing fancy. And so it tells you can actually see what's coming up, but again, that might not come out.
Yeah.
That's going in. So if you're one of those types that can remember all the cubes that went in there, then this might be a good game for you because you'll know.
Like a card counting thing,
right? You're like,
so far 6 blacks have went in and only 3 have come out.
Right. And you're like, so there's this many, and there's a chance of getting these coming out.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoyed this game, which I ended up buying it. So that's usually what happens. Unfortunately, when you have a game group like me, and I have a friend that has almost every game, it seems like. And when I play a game that I like, I end up buying it. A lot of times it sits on my shelf of wishful thinking. Never gets played. But this one, I think I can get my wife to play this. She liked Darwin, In the Footsteps of Darwin, so I think she'll like this one too. I highly recommend it. Definitely recommend playing it first before buying. Don't do it like me with a lot of games. I just buy.
I think if a lot of people would benefit from the try it before you buy it mentality rather than just kickstarting 3,000 games. George, I'm looking at you.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I've got a ton of Kickstarters too.
All right, real quick. So let's do some final thoughts to wrap it up. If you got anything else you want to say, or
it's pretty.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's interesting. I want to try it out. So
it's science.
Fair enough. All right.
But yeah, I like it a lot. It's really good. I mean, I don't have many cube tower games, so it's a new experience for me.
Fair enough. So let's see if I can pronounce it right. to wrap it up, and it's in the footsteps of Marie Curie.
Yes.
Oh, I nailed it.
From 2024, last year.